What's going on, y'all? And welcome back to another edition of From Quitters to Winners. And I'm back on your head, teachers. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back on your head. Yes, because we about a couple weeks or maybe 1 week, depending on your school district, away from that in service. You having to come back, get your classrooms together, and then we're even further closer. I hear the clock ticking. I hear the school buses pulling on the yard. Yeah, them students is coming back. So school is coming. School is coming, but that's okay because we're about to talk about how we can have the best year ever and how you can facilitate that, right? And I'm going to give you the tips. I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks from the mental health perspective to be able to maximize those students. But here's the thing, before we get into all that, I'm gonna tell you something that I heard many years ago, but it's still true even to this day. And that is, students don't care. Okay, that's the incomplete quote. Here's the full quote. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You see, as I've been doing trainings for school districts in this season and from going from here to there, I've been trying to get better. And so I've been doing some research. And one of the research studies that I landed upon showed this, that a positive teacher relationship with a student oftentimes results in increased GPA, increased motivation, and increase in school climate. I want you to miss that. Essentially what it is saying is that if you can develop a positive relationship, you can be a positive influence in your student's life. If you can see them as more than, let me not say you can see them. If they see them as more than just a number on a roster, then they'll have phenomenal grades. They'll be actually enthusiastic, have a positive mood when coming in your classroom. And they're going to be very comfortable and maybe even look forward to coming into your classroom. All based on one thing, the connection that they have with you. You see, before any kind of intervention, before any kind of psychological tactics that I can teach you about this or that, it's all for naught if you don't have a good connection with your students. And so here's my challenge for you. My challenge for you is, obviously we got some weeks to start looking up and researching and figuring out how we're going to do this. But my task for you is for you to take the first 4 weeks of the school year and start building a connection with your student. Well, that's a long time. Yeah, I know. Because here's the thing. The students are coming from all different backgrounds. You might have new students. You might have some returning students. But these students are really trying to get to know you. And basically that 4 weeks, you're going to have a solid 20 days for them to see you, for you to get to know them, for you to learn and observe and really make that connection. But in that 20 days, I need you to do the homework. Yeah, because that's, you worrying about, giving them tests and giving them homework, giving them projects, getting them ready for the first test. You worried about that, but I need you to do the homework on them, on what they're interested in. What are they motivated in? What things did they get into over the summer, and how can you, Mr. Smith, you, Miss Johnson, you, Miss Lopez, you, Mr. Lee, how can you incorporate those interests into your curriculum? How can you show interest in the things that they're interested in? If they were a New York Knicks fan, how can we incorporate that into the upcoming season when the second quarter comes around? If they're football fans, if they're football players, if they're quiz bowl players, if they're servicemen, how can you incorporate what they're interested in into what you're teaching? And how can you show them that you actually look at them more than just a name on a roster? Because that's going to change the game. That's going to set the tone for your entire school year. When they know you're coming in, when I go into your classroom, this teacher doesn't just want me they're not just doing this just for money. They're not doing this just for a job. They really care about my success. And so when I'm going through something, I'm gonna be able to be vulnerable with them. When I'm having a panic attack, I'll be able to listen to them or find my way into their classroom so that I can be vulnerable. When I'm having a tough day, when I'm having some bad news, I know I can go to you and be able to have that safe space within you. But that only comes if they know they can trust you through a connection that you build. So that's my challenge to you. Yes, you're gonna be going through a lot in these teachers in services. The principal's gonna have this, the counselor's gonna have you doing this, the POC coach, depending on your school, they're gonna have you doing this, that, and the third. But I want you to try. Do your own homework and establish that connection. Because once you establish that connection, once you know what gets that engine going in them, that's when you're going to be able to motivate them and take them from a quitting mindset to being able to overcome any task, to be able to learn any subject and go from the quitter to the winner. I'll see you guys next week.